David was chosen a shepherd boy, a measly little shepherd boy, And actually, they talked about he's at the end of the totem pole. He really wasn't. 7 brothers in. He was like bottom of the bottom. They made him go do what nobody else wanted to go sit and watch sheep, okay? There's only 2 people I know who like sheep that much, and that's Marty and John. But he was at the bottom of the totem pole. And they said he was probably out there for days at a time. He was nasty, all those things. And we say, and God chose him in spite of being a shepherd. No, God chose him because he was a shepherd, because of what he was, because of his training that he had already received. We go on to find out that David ended up being a huge blessing in Samuel's life because David played the harp. And Samuel, right after this, went into like complete depression shock. And the only thing that would calm him down was when David came and played the harp. And what amazing thing. It's just amazing to me how we easily write people off because of where they started or their past. How many times I've written myself off because of my past. How many we've done that. Our whole lives, we do that. We say, I really shouldn't have done that, and now it's going to cost me. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we all know the path, that sin and mistakes and all that. But you know what? When Christ died on the cross, he changed everything. And when we come and we turn our hearts towards him and we repent and we say, my heart is willing to do whatever you say, man, that is something God can grab onto. And instead of being so ashamed and in spite of our past, maybe it's the very thing that's building blocks. Maybe it's what's building us for what God's asked us to do. It's the building blocks to where we're going. And instead of being ashamed of it, we embrace it and say, I've learned through it. It didn't take me out. It could have taken me out, and it didn't take me out. I'm still here. I have strength. David ended up being the perfect candidate for a king because not only did he have this sweet and sensitive man, he played the harp. He was a worshiper. He obviously was good at taking care of the sheep, and he was sensitive to their needs. And yet at the same time, we know and we find out he was a warrior. He was mighty. He had the strength. He ripped animals apart. He went and faced Goliath. He had the perfect balance of what God knew he needed in a king. And now, if we can pause right here and go, he was. But we all remember what's coming down the road, right? We all remember the mistakes that David's about to make. And yet God looked at him and said, this is the man I need for this time. This is the man I need for this country. This is the king that I have chosen. And so often we write ourselves off for what God has for us and the plan he has for us and the job he has for us because we're looking at where we started. And we're looking at the things that have held us back. When God is saying, those are the building blocks that got you here. Now, do not think that I say God threw those things in your path to teach you a lesson. The craziness of your past, the hurts of your past, those were not created by God. But God can use those to build you into who he needs you to be. And God can see those and say, those do not have to define you. You can overcome them. You can be more than a conqueror. We can get through these things together. And on the other side, man, you are white as snow. You're pure as gold. You are what I need in this time, in this situation, in this job, in this ministry, in this place, in this family. You are who I need. Yes, it could have taken you out, but you're still standing. David could have been easily ignored the rest of his life, just a calm little shepherd boy. But God said, no, that is who I need for this time. He is who I need.